Hello, good morning. Welcome to the stream. All right, let's see if we can make some money today. I'm not feeling very well, so um, um, so forgive me about my voice and all that stuff. But we're gonna see what we can do. And I got a hard out. I gotta be hard out shortly, but we're gonna see what we can do. Ignore these early algorithms. Ignore these. I'm gonna try not to talk too much because of my voice, but we'll see if this purple algorithm holds up. So right now I'm seeing we might be at a tipping point for a downside, or we still do have room for some more up. So again, we're gonna let these early candles play out so we can see what the market wants to do. We'll just do our normal thing. The only reason I put that signal there is because it could just be a small pullback. Because like I said, there's some more upside, so you might have to hold on to it if you're in. But I don't like trading within the first 15 minutes, so because it's just not a good practice for me. I like to let the candles play out. But if you were to go in on this trade, you're making money right now. Congratulations. You're welcome. Yeah, that early trade is uncharacteristic. That's not a common thing. I normally don't like to do that, but I just see what I see. Okay, this is actually turning out to be a pretty good move. But we're technically trending up. Technically in an uptrend, but I see we're at like a flexion point here. So you'd have to chase this, right? These are one of the ones you'd have to chase if you got in on this trade. Yeah, I normally don't like to do the first opening minute stuff like that, but bounce right off that bottom. So if you did get in, your trade's protected. You can let it run for a little bit. Chances are you didn't get in at the top because I was like maybe 30 seconds late. So if you got in somewhere on this candle, you're taking the risk, right? You'd have to probably put it, you're taking the risk. That's the risk. We'll see what happens. Technically your stop should be above this white line that I have here. So we might see it test this white line again. And as long as it's staying inside this purple, we'll see what happens with the purple. It's holding up for now. But, you know, if you take the class and you get comfortable with this sort of stuff, you'll be able to scalp quick, easy 30-second plays like that. But yeah, we're in an overall uptrend, so we don't really want to put too much into this down, but no risk, no reward. That's the old saying, right? Could have been stopped out of that one by now. Still not sure about this magenta line, so we'll see how it plays out. So far it looks like it's holding up. We need more time. Wait our 15 minutes and start making paths. For now we're looking for continuation. If you got in on the bottom. To be completely convinced of this uptrend holding up, I want to see a better continuation pattern. I mean, it could always slow grind up, but you know, a proper continuation would go to the top of this blue, bottom of the blue, top of the blue, like that. If that were to happen, it'll confirm this blue algorithm. You know, if it gives us some strength up. So now this blue broke. I should probably put that line I just had there. We want to see this. The ideal would be like this, right? That'd be the ideal. Oh, it's breaking blue. It's gonna retest blue. When I say breaking blue, I mean this blue algorithm I put here. It broke through. Let me zoom in a bit. It broke through. This green is gonna retest, and we want it to reject back off, meaning down, to confirm. And this is just sideways. There's no, we haven't built up liquidity in any direction as yet, so there's no reason to even get in on a trade at this point. We're almost at our 15-minute mark, and we don't have any bias in any direction. We're right now where we opened up, so we're just sideways. These early drawings were just me trying to, you know, make a guess here, because no one knows the direction of the market. I'm just trying to use the little information I do have, but we'll see how it plays out. Well, the market needs to build liquidity in a direction to form an imbalance. We don't have any direction yet, so we don't have any imbalances yet to know where it will retrace to. We just don't have that information. It's just sideways right now. I mean, a slow grind up. That's what we do know. But we don't have any real structure to go off of, so there's no reason to trade anything. No reason to trade. We can't identify any risk. We cannot identify any risk. We just know we're sideways. We need an imbalance to form. Once you see the imbalance, then you know where the rejection points will be and things like this. Yeah, unless something happens now, I'm just seeing slow grind up. Slow grind up. Nothing wrong with that. even though price action is tracking along perfectly with this cup and inverted cup and handle that I drew, it's not. You need like some type of imbalance, right? We need a break and retest, something, a stronger move. We need some type of strong move. These low volume early candles, this isn't really telling us anything. I just see slow grind up. That's all I see. And we need to break this white line here for anything significant. We need to break this white line. Not only break the line, but close, right? So the candle has to close below it for anything significant. So the candle still has 10 seconds on it. This last 10 seconds, buyers could buy it back up. So you wait till the close of the candle to give you an idea. See how that wick formed? That's buyers buying it back up, right on the line. And it's still tracking along this inverse cup and handle. So cup, and then here's the handle, inverse. It's still tracking along this perfectly. I'm still not convinced. I think this magenta has some veracity, so we might be doing this here. Watch. Bottom of the channel, top of the channel, bottom of the channel, top of the channel, which tells me this is a significant area here. So we want to see what happens here. This area right here is going to be something. We'll see. But considering you're technically in an uptrend, it's sideways. I'm not even going to say anything. We're literally at where we opened. It's sideways. Nothing to do here, folks. Just let it play out. No reason to rush. No reason to lose money. Okay, if you would have held that original trade, you're in profit now. So this didn't play out. Look at this. Look at this move. I called it way over here. You would have to hold on, right? But you're making money now. You're in profit. Your trade is protected. You're safe. It followed exactly on my line that I drew a long time ago. You can't make this up. This is in real time. You absolutely cannot make this up. Look at this. Look. So here's what you should have noticed, right? When I started, I had this magenta, which I wasn't too sure about, so I'll own that. But we had this magenta line, and you know you're at the top of the magenta line. This is your best entry for the put, for the downside. And I just made a video last night showing, I recommend you look at it if you don't understand how to trade options or day trade options. I highly recommend you look at it. It's it'll be informative for you, because you see how you could have you'll see what you needed to do in order to make this profitable for you, right? You'll understand where you needed to put your stop so you don't lose, because we're about managing risk. You'll see where you needed to put your stop depending on your risk tolerance, right? So I highly recommend that video. I put it out last night. Please take a look at it. If you've never day traded and you want to learn how to day trade or the mechanics of it, it'll be a good idea. It'll give you a good idea. Alright, so that played out pretty goddamn perfect, if I do say so myself. Look at this. Look at this. You actually couldn't ask for anything better. Look. And if you notice, not to toot my own horn, you see how the yellow line goes down, and then over here it pops up? Come on. You can't make this up. This is live. This is live. You made money. This is money. Now you gotta let it play out. You gotta let it play out. Your best entry is at the top of this channel. That's your best entry, the top of this channel. And you'll get there, don't worry. You'll get there. It takes time. I didn't just roll over one day and decide to start drawing lines on charts and say, hey, you know, it takes a lot of time to be able to do this stuff. A lot of time, but the advantage you have with me is that I'm going to cut that time down in half. I'm going to show you what you need to be looking out for. I'm going to show you the triggers. I'm going to show you where your risk is. Look at I mean, this is 3 days in a row. I can honestly tell you it's been over a month. It's been more than that, right? But what I can document over a month of plays exactly like this. Exactly like this. Very little drawdown, if any. Very little drawdown. Very little cost of doing business. Look at this move. I even drew the dip, right? You see the red. You see the green, the up, and then the dip. Look, I drew it exactly where it would happen. I don't know. If are you not entertained? Is this not impressive? To be able to extract every single dollar out of the stock market. And you're not going to win every time. That's impossible. But I always tell you, we're managing risk here. That's all we're doing. We're not doing anything special. I'm not doing anything special. Nothing you can't do. Nothing you can't be taught. Look, this is absolutely perfect. It followed the price and the time exactly where I said it would. I think you doubted me. Somebody doubted me out there. You doubted me because you didn't think that this was going to happen. I gave you the possibilities. I told you what needed to happen. Why'd I erase all the other ones and leave this one? Because I knew. You will too. This isn't not rocket surgery. Look at this move. I gotta let it play out because... Oh my good. Look at this move, folks. Look how much money. Look at the money. Look where I put the signal. And look where your Come on. Come on. We gotta look out for this now. If it breaks through here, let me show you. Look at the money. Look at the money. Every day printing like this, every single day. Printing money. It's a money printing machine. We're printing money. Money printing. This is how you print money. You have to identify your risk. What are you willing to lose? Am I willing to lose 25 bucks on this to see if this plays out? Yeah. Why? Because you're 100% profit at this point. 100%. Whatever you invested, you're 100%. If you got the proper delta, and I explained how to do this in the last video. Go watch that video. These are live streamed. I mean, this is live. I'm drawing it in advance to show you what's going to happen. You decide when you want to take your risk. You decide when you want to take your risk. What more do you want? There's not, you can't make, you guys will, you'll figure it out, man. You'll figure out what you want in life. So we got to remember this line right here. We got to remember this yellow line that I drew. Right? Remember that one. Go back and record it. Or go back to go rewind the tape. Alright, let me clean this up and show you what the next setup is going to look like. If we're going to head up from here, look for that. Okay? If you didn't get in here on the bottom of this, whenever I told you, if you didn't get in here when I drew that bolt, remember when the kink, these kinks, these turns, those are your best entries. If you didn't get in here, then you're late on the play. You wait for it to come back here, because that's how you know this is a valid channel. But look, I told you what the up was going to be, right? I told you what the up was going to be. I put the signal. Even if you did it when let's say I was late, you're late on the signal and you went in here, this is money. You're making money in any direction. I put the signal, look what happened. I put the signal, look what happened. Why? This is your least amount of risk. This is the least amount of risk. And if you rewind the tape, I drew exactly where it was going to bounce off of. Way before it happened, I drew where it was going to bounce off of. How did I know that? You can do this, I'm telling you. I'm not doing anything special. You're almost at another 100% right here profit. And depending on how much you risk, you're probably 200-300%. There's real ballers at this channel that are doing crazy numbers. You wouldn't believe it. You'd think I'm lying. Actually, you can't think I'm lying because this is live. This is live. And I explained in my last video last night how to make money doing this. I explained it. So you know where your risk is, even if you got in late, right? If I would have put it here, that would have been too perfect. So I said, you know what? No, I said it here. So I put it here. Look where it went to. Look where it went to. And if you've been paying attention to my videos, you know you're in a downtrend, so you have to chase it. So you take the profit, you take the money when you can, because look what could happen. Look at this wick. You're not prepared for that unless you're like firm on this belief that it's gonna go in the other direction, and you hold your contract, you hold your stop loss here on the bottom of this purple line, because this wick tells me that there's pressure up. You see this wick? This is called a hammer candle. There's the hammer, the handle, and then here's the actual hammer metal part. It's called a hammer candle. That usually indicates some upward momentum, right? Because what that means is that at one point the price went down to here, and then the buyers bought it back up at the last second. So this could be a momentum candle. We don't know. We don't know, but we know our least amount of risk was here. If you went in here, you made money. You're welcome. Every day making stupid money like this. And for continuation, this is the ideal setup. It may not look exactly like this, right? May not look exactly like this, but again, this is the ideal setup. That's how you know it's going to still have momentum down. So once it hit the top of this and rejected, again, I've been preaching this like for the last 3 days now. Bottom of the channel, top of the channel, bottom of the channel, top of the channel, bottom of the channel. You can make money in any direction. You have to be aware of what to prepare for. That's all. Once you know what it's supposed to look like, you're good. You're good. Now if it breaks this channel, what's the next setup? Let's look. This is easy. Let's clean it up. Oh, so if you're holding your runners, right? If you're holding your runners from here, look at this profit. Look at, this is a long-term swing, and this is a quick scalp. Look at this profit here from here. You should be holding runners. You should be, when you get to the point where you're at multiple contracts, you took profit here on 2 of them, or half your position, and you're holding on to let this downtrend finish. Because you don't get into the uptrend until you get back way up here. You're not back in the uptrend until you're up here. Okay? You need to see some structure to know when you're in the uptrend. So you're safe here holding this. Do you know how much money, if you were to hold it from here to here, like I said, you could have taken your first profit here, and you let your runners run. You let your runners win. And this candle, right? This is called an inverse hammer. So this is telling you got pressure going down. So this is, I can understand how this is confusing. However, we know we're in a downtrend, so we don't want to fight that trend. You want to go with the trend. If you've been listening to this channel, if you go in on a put in a downtrend, you have to let it play out. If you're going against the trend like on this one, you got to chase it, right? You have to understand that. So you can make money in both directions. You can extract every dime out of this market. I promise you, no one else on the internet is doing this. I promise you. So now this is looking interesting. Now I want to see this, and possibly this. If it's gonna head up, it needs to have this structure, right? Which means, to be safe, to understand what's gonna happen, you shouldn't be getting in until here. That's your safest entry, okay? You could be risky and do it down here. You could be risky. But you don't know if you have more continuation because you're in the downtrend. So the continuation for this is going to look like this. Watch. Watch. I need to let it develop a little more. Hold on. I need to let it develop a little more. Because I don't want to guess, right? I don't have to guess at anything. Sometimes you just need to let the chart develop. Once it develops, it will show you where the imbalances are. You will see where the imbalances are. It will show you. Okay. Got it. So continuation looks like this. So this is going to be a major point here. it would be ideal to come back up and touch this purple line. That would be ideal. You're not always going to get that, right? So it looks like we kind of know where the bottom is for this move. If you had to absolutely had to trade, I mean, it would be down here, right? This would be where you would try to call this head for the inverse head and shoulder. This would have to be where it is if you absolutely had to trade. If you absolutely had to. And we'll be fair and put it on this candle. So let's say you got the worst fill possible, your trade's protected, right? Your trade's protected. It's in profit now, but you're at least protected. So we got to see what happens at this purple, right? This purple is the risky part. This is why I told you the continuation. I circled it. This is the risky part. So you took risk here because you figured this has got to be the bottom. How? Because I drew what continuation is going to look like. I told you exactly where it's going to be a point of contention. And look, let me zoom in. There's a wick right on it. We know that this is look at the circle. You see how it's battling here? It's struggling right here. Just didn't shoot up straight through. This is a point of contention. I mean, the market still has room to go down. So if this is going to be a thing, we want it to break out of here, retest it, and then continue forward. But if you would have taken this trade, you're in profit. You didn't lose anything. At minimum, you're at break even right now. You could have made money when it reached up to this purple, but this is the scalp, right? When you're going the opposite direction and you're doing risky stuff, this is the scalp. You got to understand your risk. Your risk is very small because there's nothing below you, right? There's nothing below. So you know where your bottom is. So your stop is, you know exactly where your stop's going to be. Underneath this candle. Underneath this candle here. Look, you took the risk here. Let's say you put $10 risk. Look, you're at $70, $80 now. From a $10 risk. Look when I put it. Look at the profit you're making. In every direct, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And from the runners, from this, when you get advanced, the runners from this original put, you don't get out until you break this purple. When this purple breaks, not a wick, but a break, right? Remember I told you that it has to close above the purple. When it closes, that's when the best time to get out. Could it go back up on you against you real quick in one candle, which we've seen like a 1 point move and one candle back up? Sure, it could, but you should be trailing this stop along this purple line. So your big profit was when it dipped down here. Technically here, right? Because there's no way you would have guessed this. Your big profit's here, but your runners are running along this purple line. And if you go look at the other video, that will tell you, you'll explain it. So if you get stopped, you should be chasing this one, right? If you get stopped out, you made money. Because we know what the continuation should look like. We got a little bit of room for the down. We got a little bit more room for the down. So if you went on, because remember I told you, whenever it bends and kinks, you know, that's where your risk is going to be at. But, you know, I don't like trading in, you know, we're kind of in the middle here, right? This is the bottom here. We're in the middle here. I don't like trading at these pivot points. Your pivot points here, whenever I circle it like this, that's your indecision. That's where you to decide, hey, I think it's going to go this way or this way. I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. I can just tell you what it needs to look like, and you can manage the risk. If you technically there's downward pressure, so it wouldn't be a horrible idea to go in on a put here. It wouldn't be horrible, because that's what it needs to look like, right? It wouldn't be a horrible idea. But again, I don't like trading in the middle. I'm in the middle of structure here. I don't like, this is the riskiest spot. But there's good reward here, right? Because if it does go up, then you're getting the profit from here to at least here. Because if you get in here, less reward. If you get in here, more reward. If you got in on this candle, you should be stopped out. Or you should have had your profit. You got to chase that profit. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Look at this. All this contention here. It looks like it wants to follow the line that I drew. But we're still at this line. We need some confirmation. So if this rejects off of here, then it's looking like the down. We got to see. No reason to chase it now. You already made profit for the day. Technically, you should be done for the day. You should leave, go sit down somewhere, do something else with your time, because in 1 hour, you should have made a lot of money. A lot of money. Crazy money in 1 hour. Crazy money you could have made in 1 hour. Now, if you're newer, I don't recommend you take trades like this, the one that I just put on, even though, of course it made money. Yeah. Why? Because I'm a gangster like that. However, if you're newer, I recommend you wait till here. You get less reward, right? You get less reward because look how much the move is already gone. You get less reward. However, it's a little safer and you can get something out of it. You just got to wait for the structure to build once it gets here, because now you have an idea of the direction, because you've identified the imbalance, right? Look at every single play. Look at every single play. Every single call out. Even if you were to get in at the worst time, every single call out is money. Get out of here. Get out of here. I would love for you to send me someone who's doing this. Not like this. They're not doing it like this. Search far and wide. Trust me. I'm giving the sauce for free this week. It's not going to be free because you need to invest in yourself. I took the time and effort. How do I know that you're willing to do the same? You have to make an investment in yourself. Look at this crazy money. Printing money. Let's say you went in here and you stopped out. Look at this profit. You got to be okay with taking the losses because it'll tell you what direction the market's going to go. Sometimes the losses are a win. You need to get those losses to know what direction. That's just how it works sometimes. And it's pretty simple, right? I think it's going to go this way. You get stopped out. Oops, I guess not. I guess it's going the other way. And it's just that simple. Right? Sometimes it's just that simple. Look at the call out and look at the money. Look at the call out. I showed you the paths that it could take. I showed you the paths it could take. It's up to you to decide whether you want to take that risk. Because I'm not going to be giving call outs regularly, right? I'm just showing you that I know what I'm talking about. Again, you're in the uptrend or you're in the downtrend. You went on a call, you got to chase it. You have to chase this. See what happens here. To confirm the reversal of an uptrend, I told you where it needed to go, right here. I pointed an arrow right here where it needed to go. I'm going to clean up the chart a bit. Okay, let's see what we got. Cleaning up the chart. Go back and rewind to verify everything I said. Watch. Sorry. That was a big move down, so the market needs time to digest that, to see what it wants to do. So since I don't see a V-shaped recovery, we're looking like, let's see, we want to see, okay, let's see what we're looking for. Our next setup should look like this. That would be the ideal, right? That's the ideal setup. Because I don't see a V-shaped recovery. What do I mean by V-shaped recovery? Like this, right? That ship has sailed. What I can tell you is that break of this magenta is probably another downward push. So if you see this, and then you see the same thing right here. So if it does this, probably another downward push on the break of magenta. Why do I say that? Because look, magenta broke here, big flush. Magenta broke here, big flush. It's building liquidity in magenta before it flushes. We don't know. So you have to identify your risk. You have to identify the risk. What I can tell you is we're technically in a downtrend with upward pressure. That's what I can tell you. But we're technically in a downtrend. So it's sideways pretty much. But if it's going to go down, I drew what the setup should look like. So you can identify your risk. I don't know what your risk tolerance is. What I do know is I'm making some amazing call outs. Everyone's getting the sauce for free. If you've been listening for the past few days and you haven't taken these plays, I know you feel like, dang, I should have done it. I should have done it. It's okay. The stock market ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. It'll be here. I'm just identifying the risk for you. That's it. You have to take the plunge. I don't know your risk tolerance. I'm actually seeing another algorithm that I would like to chart, so give me a second. Oh damn, I already had it. It's blue. Never mind. Alright, ignore the green. It's actually just the blue. I already had it. My bad, my bad. Thinking I'm coming up with stuff here. It's actually just the blue. Alright, so your warning signal is when it breaks blue. Your confirmation signal is when it breaks magenta. So if you're in the Discord, these are the, because I got stuff I got to do sometimes. So these are the plays that I'll let you be aware of before I leave. because I can't stay for the whole session, right? I actually have a hard out shortly. So I'll let you know. I'll chart it out for you. You can copy my charts, or you know what? I'll come up with a way to share this actual chart with you. If you get TradingView, I think there's free. Yeah, you can get a free TradingView. I'll show you, and then you can just use my chart, right? And then whenever those triggers happen, for example, the break of blue is your signal, but the break of magenta is your confirmation. I'll let you know these things. And then for this, we want to see break of purple. And if you remember, I had an arrow over here a little while ago like this, right? So if you went in on this trade here, look how much money. Look how much money. Look at this. Is stupid money. This is stupid money here. This one, look at this first put. Come on. Come on now. And on this one, I even gave it grace and said, you know what? I'm going to put it where I called it, not where it should be, where where I wanted it to be, where I called it. I called it here. Even if you got in at the worst possible time, look how much money. Look at that big move you would have made, because you know if you're in my system, you have to chase this because it's going down. You're going against the trend, right? So my students would have understood I need to chase this. It would have been known already. Now look what didn't happen, right? So you can get rid of this. I told you what to look out for. If this would have played out, if you would have started seeing some price action in here, right? In here, then you know what you need to prepare for, right? Because I drew it out for you. I showed you where the risk is. Look at this. Look at this play. Look at this play. Look at this play. Look at. Come on. You serious? Who's doing this? Who on the internet's doing this? With the contracts that I'm doing, this is life-changing money. This is life-altering money. You're looking at the world differently from this point. All right. So we know that this purple line is something we need to look out for, right? Because look, rejection, rejection, reject. This is going to be a point of contention. This is what you want to see. There's going to be continuation, so this is a major flexion point. Look at the money printed from this call out. All of them are winners, all of them. It takes proper risk management. Because this would have scared out a lot of people. Probably me included. Probably me included. But I didn't take the trade off. You see the call out here. And if you remember, go back and rewind the tape. I drew exactly what would happen. Hold on. Let me flex a little bit. I drew this thing right here. I drew that. Go back. Look at the tape. I drew it out. We knew that this point right here was going to be shaky. So if you want to take your profit from this call here, not a bad idea. Oh, you can let it run. I let it run a little bit. It's got some time. When it breaks this blue, okay, think about doing something different with your life. When it breaks this blue. But if you're still in this blue, no reason to get out. Dang, sorry, I just cleared my throat on the microphone. Sorry about that. I'm building the plane as I'm flying it, folks. Give me a break. Look at this free sauce. And I told myself I wasn't going to give any signals today. Look at this. Look at it. Come on now. Look at all the money we are making. Oh, this is wonderful. Absolutely great. I hope people are taking advantage of this. I hope you send this video out to someone that you think needs it. Someone that you think wants to make a change in their life. Because if it's not you, if you're just sitting by watching and, you know, do your part for the world and send it out to someone else that could help, that it could help them. Small investment. Even if you bought like a $50 contract right here, $50 could start the avalanche. $50 could start the avalanche. So if you're in here, you're holding it. I'll tell you when. I'll tell you when to get out. I already told you, break of this blue. When this blue breaks, go ahead. Exit. Profit target 1. The reason why these candles are invalid is because it wicked. It didn't close below the blue. These wicks don't count. It has to close. The wicks don't count, right? So it didn't close below. It closed inside, and then it went back up. So now you're still in your trend. You don't have to get out. It has to close. You're still making money on this play. Look at the plays. And we knew this was going to be a strong move. Why? Because it's breaking out of this purple. It needed to get that strength, which I drew, right? I told you it was going to do this. This is the liquidity you need to see building for these moves. But look, we're at this white line now. So this white line is gonna, because look, see how price is dancing at this white line? See how it's rejecting at this white line? Okay. So if you want to take profit here, you think you're maximizing? Fine. I recommend break a blue. That's what I recommend. I've made crazy money today. This morning, look at just these two right here. Just these two. This one was a little bit. It was a little bit because I couldn't drag the stop loss fast enough. So I made a little bit here. And this one I didn't do as well because I was going against the trend, right? So I lowered my risk by putting only a couple contracts. I didn't do as many contracts. Okay. Now so it didn't close below the blue. Let's see if it gets back inside. Let's see if it gets back inside. Looks like it wants to break blue and out. And out. I may have prematurely got out, but it's okay. Because there's nothing that says that it doesn't do this right here. That it doesn't go like this and then like this. There's nothing that says that's not going to happen, and I could have stopped myself short, but you know, I take my profit and I fight another day. And now it's firmly below the blue, right? And that's why I got out and took my profit. That's why I tell you exactly when to get out. I'm telling you when to get in, and I'm telling you when to get out. I made this blue line this morning. Well, it's still the morning. I mean, an hour ago. An hour ago, right? So now what do we see? Exactly what I told you we would see, which is this right here. If the continuation down, right? That's why I told you this is going to be a point of contention right here. I knew that. You have to manage your risk. And if you want to get back in for a long, to go long, meaning you're buying a call, you think the price is going to go up, this is what needs to happen. This is the pattern you want to see play out right here, look. Which I already drew this, by the way. I already drew this a while ago. So now we need to see if we have a weak bear cycle here. I'm going to explain all what weak bear cycle. I'll explain all that in the class. I can't give you all the sauce now. I'll teach you how to identify weak bear cycles. I'll teach you how to identify continuation patterns. This is easy. Don't forget, I drew this out. Don't forget, I drew this out a long time ago. Go back and rewind the tape. This is live. I'm not calling it here. I'm not going to, you know, I already put my call out here, but if you absolutely had to take a trade, this would be, right? Because you're expecting this liquidity buildup to give it some strength. If you absolutely had to, well, I recommend you don't trade anymore. You're done for the day. Let's say you didn't get it on this one. This one right here, this one right here, you're done for the day. You've changed your life. If anything, you change your mindset. If you had to get in, right here would have been it. If you absolutely had to. So then you may ask yourself, well, how the hell did he know to get in here? How did he know it just wasn't continue down? And the answer to that is that I understand imbalances and what needs to happen in order for the next move to happen. Right? I can teach you this. I can teach you the imbalances. You have to learn that. Once you see the imbalances, you'll know exactly what needs to happen and you know where your risk is. You know where your risk is. Now, because we broke above this purple, that's giving you an inkling, an idea, an understanding that we're going to have upward momentum. This pullback was grabbing more liquidity for the push up, which is why you're getting that right now. So if you absolutely had to trade, it would have been down here. Right? I always say trade at the bottom. Buy the call at the bottom. Least risk here. You're in the middle of the water here. I don't recommend it, but if you absolutely had to and you need to see continuation, this is what a continuation looks like. Because I told you, rewind the tape, we did not have a V-shaped recovery. We didn't have this, right? So I knew that it was going to be this because we didn't have a V-shape. So I knew it was going to taper. You have to be able to identify this stuff. If you absolutely had to trade, it would have been here. It would have been there. Because I drew this out a long time ago. And you knew it had strength because it broke outside the purple. This retracement was gathering more liquidity. And rewind the tape. I told you, your least amount of risk is here. When you get up here, this is before any of this happened. I said this is where you confirm, because if you remember, I drew this arrow a long time ago, and I said this is where you confirm the trend is going up. I drew that a long time ago. Right? You remember now? You remember this arrow that was hanging out exactly here where I said it would? Like what, 30 minutes ago, 15, 20 minutes ago? This is way in advance. This is live. Come on now, look at all this money. Look at this money. Even if you went in here, you're in profit. Even if you went in here, even if you're like, oh, look, he put the signal on. Even if you went in here, you're in profit. Even if you went in here. Because I told you, this is the confirmation of the move. You have to wait for here for the confirmation. Go back and rewind the tape. This is a point of contention, this line. If we break through this line, now you need to look for this. Okay? So this line is a point of contention. Even if you went in late, when I said, if you had to trade, but I already put this signal here a long time ago. And it looks like a little move, this little bounce right here. But as far as stock market goes, for the S&P 500 to move this much takes like incredible amount of money. Incredible amount of money. And it's not me and you moving the stock market with our little tiny trades here, right? $10,000 or if you're starting out, what, like $100 one contract, two contracts, something like that. You're talking about like millions of dollars, about $500 million just for this move right here. And I'm telling you where it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, the time it's going to happen. I'm identifying the risk. Rewind the tape. This is in real time. Every day. This is not a coincidence. It's not a fluke. I'm not just getting lucky. This is training. Look at it go. Look at it go. Even if you went in on the late ass signal, you're in profit. Even if you went in on the late signal, oh look, he put the arrow. Okay, fine. Because I'm that confident. Look at it go. Look at the money. Come on now. Who's doing this? I would love to know. I would love to know who's giving away life-changing plays. Nobody. And if I sound excited, because I want you to succeed. I'm not doing anything you can't do. The risk here, $20. $20. I put the stop loss for $20. Okay? That's it. $20 risk. Because if I would have lost it, then that means I just know the direction it was going to go, right? That's all that means. Because if you remember, I drew this. So if I got stopped out here for $20, that means I could double it and turn it around on the other direction. Now I made that $20 black plus some. So you win in any direction. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It doesn't matter if you're wrong. You're still going to win. Look at the move. Even if you went in late, this right here is life-changing. If you would have done 10 contracts right here, come on now. $400 or $500 right here. Maybe around $200. No, yeah, you're close. Yeah, depending on your delta. Which, if you want to understand delta, look at my last video. It's gonna help you. You're gonna understand this stuff. You're gonna understand how to place your stop. You're gonna understand when to get out. What the safest exit is. Right? Look at these plays. Get out of here. No one's doing this. Absolutely nobody. Not like this. Not like this. Trust me, I've tried them. They failed me. I had to rely on myself. I couldn't rely on anybody else. They failed me because I wanted the quick and easy way. Like, you know what? I don't want to do the work. You do the work for me. You do the work for me. You're an expert. Okay. Come to find out, oh, they're not experts. They're actually not. They're not. But it's fine, right? Because I was willing to take the risk. And if I didn't take that risk to find out that they had no idea what they were talking about, then I would have never figured out the right way. So even when I was wrong, I was still right. I still came out on top. You find the silver lining. Look at this move. Even if you got in at the worst possible time when I said, if you had to trade, if you absolutely had to, fine, here. This is your confirmation. I put the signal here. I'm putting the signals to let you know when to go in. Right? And when you're in the uptrend, which I told you, you're technically going to be in an uptrend at this point. I drew the arrow and said it. Then you could let it ride a little bit. You don't have to chase it as much. You can let the play out. You only chase it if you're going against the trend. And I told you at this point right here is technically the uptrend. You can let it ride and gather your profit, right? We've been over this. And do you see how it's tracking perfectly with my, I mean, I drew, yeah, this is happening in real time. Real time. 5-figure days. Every day. Why not? You can do it. But you got to start small. I'm not saying go right now and, oh, I'm opening up an account. No, you have to start small. I don't want you to lose your goddamn money. I want you to start paper trading. Get familiar with the platform you're going to use, right? Start paper trading. Paper trading is going to be a little bit different. It's not as dynamic, I noticed, but it'll give you a good idea to understand your risk tolerance. And you take notes on how you respond to certain conditions. We knew this was going to be a point of contention here, right? So if you took this trade, your safest bet is to, you know, take your profit. Take profit. Why not? Because you don't know what's going to happen here. We're back at opening. So the high a day, your high a day is this top white line. Boom. Broke blue, take profit, you're out. You made money. You made money. Easy. If it continues up, oh well. Oh well. You can't buy a call now. You can't expect the up now, right? It's too late. You should have done it here. Don't chase. Don't FOMO. This could bounce off this and go straight up because it technically didn't close. It didn't close below. So technically, if you follow the strategy, you should technically still be in the trade. But if you have an idea, hey, it might break, okay, take your profit and leave. You're profitable for the day, and you did nothing. I mean, well, no real, labor effort. You use your mind, and you work smart and not hard. So it's retesting high a day. You can't do anything here. You can't make a move here. Unless you're fortune teller. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know you see me like drawing it out way in advance and it actually happening. It's not because I know exactly what's gonna happen. No. It's because I identify the imbalances. I know where the liquidity levels are. And that takes a lot of time for that to develop until it becomes second nature, to where you're not second guessing yourself and going in because you know now that this thing didn't happen, this other thing has to happen. That takes time and effort. It's not going to happen overnight. I recommend you paper trade for, I would feel comfortable with a month, paper trade for a month, but at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks, get 2 full weeks of trading sessions in, and you'll learn how the market works. You'll learn that the morning session is the most volatile, where you can get the most money. You'll learn that the afternoon session, which happens around 11-ish Eastern time, it slows down, right? The market starts to compress, usually starts to compress and maybe trickle up slowly or trickle down slowly, but it compresses. It's not really giving you any imbalances. And then the afternoon session, when people want to cash out, you'll see big moves again. So you'll learn these movements in the market as you play more. So blue firmly broke. You should be out of this one, but you made money. You made money. Well, that's your that's an indicator. Like technically, your magenta would be the one to get out. If you want to play it like super safe, magenta. But at this point, you're at break even, so your break even runners would be here. So you made profit here on half your runners, on half your position, your other ones would be right here about to get stopped out for even. So you don't have to worry about taking a loss at all. Now, could you have used all your contracts and got out here? Sure. But you leave runners, extra contracts on the side, just in case it bounces off of here, right? Because remember, don't forget, I drew this. Right? So just in case this happens, your trade is protected because you got in here. If it breaks this, then you're out for break even. But if it continues, your runners will continue on that profit. And not the wicks, the close of the candle. The close of the candle, not the wicks. We want to see this bear cycle. How's this bear cycle gonna treat us? I entered here and I exited here. I exited actually all my positions here. And then when I did this one, I did a small position again. This was a small position too. I did a small position here and got out early. So I didn't make too much on this one, but I made something. No big deal. Made something. Oh man, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. I could have charted something else. All right, I'll pay attention again. Oh wait, I gotta get out of here. Oh, okay. Listen, today has been absolutely phenomenal day. At least for me. I hope for you too, or I hope at minimum you gain some inspiration to believe in yourself, to not have to rely on anyone else to feed your family or to show up to a 9 to 5 and you're like, God dang, I gotta fight traffic and I gotta take the kids to school and all these things we all have to do, when you can just sit here for an hour, 1 hour, and clear a fair living. You know, you can make a good living, fair living, even if you want to do it modestly and not, you know, shoot for the stars every time. And you know, little base hits. You don't have to hit the home runs. Base hits, right? This one for me was a base hit. Little base hit, right? Little base hit. A nice dinner out. No big deal. Small amount of contracts. Because the move had already happened and I got in late, right? I needed the confirmation. I'm talking to you guys. I'm not really paying that much attention. I'm not really taking that much risk because I don't want to show how risky I play, because I don't want to influence you guys to be that risky, right? Oh, this would have been a nice move. I wasn't paying attention though. But look what I told you. Look, high a day. Look what happened to high a day. Rejection at high a day. Rejection at high a day. And if you remember what I told you needed to happen, if you remember, you can rewind the tape. I told you want to see this, right? So once you see this happening, you know that's not going to play out. You know what direction the market's going. Look at this move. This is too easy. I'm not going to say it's easy, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's all I'm saying. Okay? And I'm going to try to come back for the afternoon session if you guys are interested. If you're interested in this style of trading, if you want to learn how to do this style of trading, if you want to like have fuck you money, this is the way, man. I'm telling you. I'm an average Joe just doing my thing, and you can do it too. If you're interested in that, send me an email to LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. I want to set up a Discord, and I'm going to get everyone situated, okay? I'm doing this as a trial to get everyone on board, right? I'm offering classes. I'm going to teach you how to do it. If you want to learn the thing, I'm going to teach you how to do it yourself so you don't need me. If you want signals, okay, you know, we'll work on that too. I don't like to give signals because I want people to learn, but sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, right? And if you're fake being a great trader, you're using my skill to do it, fine. Eventually you'll make it because you'll learn the pattern. I have complete faith in you. And look, if you would have kept from this trade, look how much money you're making, man. This is crazy money. I exited my positions because like I said, I don't know the future. Once certain things play out, I don't know what's going to happen. I need to see imbalances. You'll learn that strategy too. You'll learn it. If you want to learn other strategies, I know a lot of strategies that are a lot simpler. I would say that the drawdown's probably a little bit more drawdown, meaning it costs a little bit more to do business, but I have other strategies I can teach you as well, right? So if you're interested, please let me know. I have a Instagram as well. I'm not really too savvy on that stuff, but um, I think it's LiveSPYTrading at Instagram, I guess. I don't know how it works, but I'll figure it out and I'll let you guys know. Okay, today was a great day, and I hope you guys have a great day as well. Have a good one. Bye.